to start any discipline in the Revit, we should have the template. Very fundamental things. I'm repeating again, and again. So you should understand what is the importance of the template, right? Okay. So now I am going to the create HVAC project. To create HVAC project, I need to choose proper template. To choose the proper template, I am going to the new and browse. Here I will use my template from the metric. Here I want to use the mechanical template. Mechanical, in the mechanical, I will get the mechanical services like plumbing and HVAC and HVAC related piping. All settings will be there in this template family. Select this template and make it open and okay. Okay. See, if you see this template in the project browser and property will be different. In the project browser, you can see the mechanical, HVAC, floor plans, ceiling plans, and plumbing, floor plans, ceiling plans, and all. When we open the architecture, what we have seen only floor plan, ceiling plan, floor 1, 2, like this, level 1, 2, like this, right? Now, if you see this template is an entirely different thing. So that is the reason Revit is a template dependent tool. Without template, you cannot work. Without families, you cannot work. Okay, just after that, I'm going to file, save as project. Here I will go to my respective drive. Okay, here this is my architecture. In same way, I want to create 1 dash HVAC. Okay, again I'm going to choose options for the backups. 3 backups is enough for me, and save. Now to design my HVAC, I need the architecture reference, my building reference. Without rooms and all, I cannot do anything in the MEP service. So I bring my architecture model into this HVAC model for reference. So to bring it, I will go to the insert. In the insert, I use a link Revit. So I will choose my architecture model 1 dash ARC. Here, by importing architecture, I use the position as a origin to origin. Now everybody can understand what is origin, 0, 0 kind of the thing. So while working the structure and architecture on the time we discuss about it. Same process. We need to bring architecture into the MEP. We need to bring structure also to the MEP. For example, we have done structure, we have done architecture. Then both models we should insert in the HVAC while working. Let's say I'm taking the architecture at the moment. Okay. Select the architecture Revit model and position origin to origin. Make it open. I will get my architecture model in it. Okay, as a external reference, same like XREF in AutoCAD. So now for the better visibility, I want to switch off these symbols. Go to the VG, annotation, elevation symbols. This is my floor plan, right? Again, I am going to the elevation, east elevation. See, what are the levels I create in the architecture also I can find it. How many levels I have in the architecture and structure I need to create in this HVAC model. Let's say my building is 5-story building. I need to create the 5 levels again here. That is the reason I am saying creation of the levels are the first most task. Task number 1 is to create the levels. Let's say here by default I have the level 1 and level 2. Okay. If I switch off this link, I cannot see other levels. To switch off this link, I will use a command called visibility graphics again, VG. Here if you see the visibility graphics, model category, annotation category, analytical model category, imported category, filters. Now we added the Revit links. Earlier it was not there. So if I want to switch off here, I can switch off model. So what I mean is we are using the architecture as a reference here. Let's say according to the elevation, I will draw the levels. But I no need to draw. I want to use only for this area. I'm not going to draw now. Now I am going to my floor plan level 1. Okay. Here I want to create my air conditioning system. In the air conditioning system, what are the components we have? We have diffusers and the AHU. Our main purpose is we need to supply the cool air into the rooms. Okay, where we are generating the cool air in the AHU, where it is reaching to rooms. In between we have the duct fittings and accessories and all. AHU to the air terminal. So first most task in the Revit is need to place the air terminals, diffusers. Okay. Let's say if you go to this menu here, I can see the systems nothing but MEP. In the MEP you can see the HVAC, okay, plumbing and electrical. So HVAC means in HVAC we have the duct fittings, duct accessories and flexible duct diffusers. Everything is covered here. So everything is here. If you want to draw the duct, choose the duct. If you want to draw the flexible duct, choose the flexible duct. If you want to place the diffuser, choose the air terminal. Okay. See, here I want to see my ceiling grid. I will go to the ceiling plan. Here you can see the ceiling grids. So place a diffuser. Let's say, for example, I want to place my diffusers here in my ceiling. Okay, I'm going to use find and check. I will go to the system, choose my air terminal. Okay, when I click on the air terminal, again property, edit type, same story, same like architecture. Here I need to choose my air terminal type. Let's say this time I'm going to use the supply diffuser. Okay, 600 by 600 supply diffuser. Okay, I want to place my supply diffuser here. Where I need to place my supply diffuser, I need to place my diffuser to the ceiling. So what is my ceiling height? 2.4 meters. Let's say, for example, I not seen the ceiling height in the architecture. Now I want to check my ceiling height in the air conditioning, I mean HVAC model. I will go to the view and I will go to the section. I will create the section. Always you have to create the section to know height of the any feature. It's very important. Go to view. Right? Always I use the point. This is my ceiling. Okay, this is my floor level. This is ceiling. Just go to the dimension. First point and second point. 2.4 meters. So where I need to place my diffuser? Above the 2.4. I will go to the ceiling, system, choose the air terminal, choose the type of air terminal. As we discussed, according to the system, how many type of system we have? One is the supply, one is the return, exhaust and fresh air. For this room, I'm going to use the supply and return. I'm supplying the air, I'm taking back this air. So now I'm going to use the supply diffuser, and I use the offset 24002.4 meters, so I can see my supply diffuser. To place the diffusers, I'm using this grid. Let's say now I'm going to place one diffuser here. Okay, let's say another diffuser somewhere here. Okay, opposite this direction, I'm going to use one more diffuser. So we have the mechanism for to place diffuser also, but at the moment just I'm explaining according to the Revit one. Let's say this is the supply diffuser, supply diffuser, supply diffuser, supply diffuser. So I can distribute my air properly to the room. Always we should remember, if we are supplying means we need to take return also. Now what I do, I will convert the supply diffuser into the return diffuser. Select diffuser, go to the property and choose the return diffuser. You can place directly or you can convert it. So again, one more diffuser, this opposite side of the diffuser I'm going to use to the return. So now I have the two supplies and two return. In what basis I will place this diffuser? Let's say now I place the two supply, two return. So according to the airflow required for this room, I will place my diffuser. According to the manufacturer, let's say for example, I need 3000 liters per second air for this room. Liters per seconds are the units for the airflow. Okay, in the metric. In the Imperial, we use a CFM, cubic feet per minute. Okay. Now my template is the metric, so I'm going to use the liters per second. 3000 liters per second means if what I'm placing, if I'm placing the two diffuser, one diffuser should supply the 1500 liters per second. Correct? 1500 plus 1500. So what I do, I will select this diffuser and go to the property. Here I will make into the 1500 liters per second. See, I'm going to give the information here, 1500 liters per second. So total, how much air I can distribute here? 3000 liters per second. Same way for the return, I will take the 1500 liters per second. Just I'm giving the simple outline. It's not that much of easy to calibrate the things. Just I'm assuming calculation. All calculation we will receive from the design consultant. If you know air conditioner design, you can do your design directly in this Revit. As we discussed here, we have two kind of the project. One is directly we will work if you are the designers, or else we get the drawings from the designers, we will convert into the 3D model. In industry, we have the two kind of the projects. Okay. Now I want to see my 3D view. Let's select. Go to the section. Now you can see. Go to VG, annotation, section box. Now I can see. If I extend this section box, same like architecture only. These are my diffuser to the ceiling. Whatever I am using the diffuser, it is a default diffuser from the Revit. If you want to use a different kind of the diffuser like what I shown, you can create the family. Okay. This is again family. If you select this diffuser, I will get the edit family. This is family. See, when you select this family, we understood by using blend, they created the family. Top is different shape and bottom is the different shape. Okay, like this we need to analyze. We need to explore ourselves. If you select my diffuser, I have the connector, duct connectors. So from this, I can draw the duct. Okay. So if I go to the floor plan, I can see my diffuser like this. These are the ceiling plans. I can say RCP. This is my floor plan. Got it? So now I draw my duct. So to draw the duct, again I need to check my height. Let's say this is my floor height. I'm going to the D. What is the height I have? I have the 1.5 meter above the ceiling. So my duct should pass through above the ceiling. Let's say what is my total building? I'm in level height 4.4 meters. Okay. Let's say now I want to connect my diffuser to the duct. Just remember carefully. So when I move my mouse on this architecture model, always it's getting highlighted. Correct? So this is disturbance for me. I want to avoid this kind of the problem. What I do, just I will go down into the bottom right corner. I will block my links. So I cannot able to select. Always you can better to use this option. So now I will draw my duct. To draw the duct, I will go to the system. In the system, I choose a duct. Okay. When I click on the duct, here I can see different kind of the duct systems. Same like wall. If you choose the wall, what happened? Lot of different type of the wall we have got it. Here also we have the oval duct, rectangular duct, and round duct. Now I want to use my rectangular duct. In the rectangular duct also I have the different kind of the ducts. Let's say meter elbow tap, meter elbow T, radius elbow tap, and radius elbow T. Now I want to use the radius elbow tap. Before going to start this, we need to discuss about these types, four types. What is the meter elbow? What is the radius elbow? Okay. So now I'm taking side. So my task is to connect the duct to this diffuser. Just I chosen the duct. When I choose the duct, I am getting different kind of the ducts here. In the different kind of duct, I am going to choose a rectangular duct. When I choose the rectangular duct, I have the four kind of the different kind of the ducts. I don't know what is it exactly. What is the meter elbow? What is the radius elbow? What is T and what is that? First, I want to know this before making my routing. Let's say first I will take the radius, elbow, and tap. Okay. Just I'm going to start my duct here. Okay. This is elbow. I'm getting the round area, round elbow. This is the radius elbow. I want to draw one branch. See, now I'm getting this one take up. Okay. Let's see. To understand better, I'm going to use another type. Radius elbow T. Radius elbow. See, it's clear. Now I'm getting only this small take up to connect the duct to duct, the main duct to branch duct. Here I'm using the T fitting to connect main to branch duct. Okay. Now you understand what is the T and what is the tap. See, we will go into the 3D to understand in better way. See, in the tap, just we will connect, we will attach to the main duct. In the T, it will divide and we will connect by using the different piece of the fitting. This fitting we are calling as a T. Okay, I'm going back. Again, I want to use a duct. Here I use a first type meter elbow tap. Meter elbow T. See, here we are getting the T. This is the meter elbow. Meter elbow means 90 degrees sharp edges elbow. If you want to see in the 3D, you can understand it better. Okay. So, like this. So what you do today, just you practice to place the diffusers and to link the architecture model and try to understand these things. In tomorrow class, we will discuss a little bit depth.